Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Vince Lombardi, the legendary NFL coach, once said, "Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence." That beautiful statement, I think, really describes to a T the UConn Women's Basketball team, which today stands as a history-making organization with 78 straight wins. They're now only 9 wins short of catching the record by the UCLA men's basketball team led by Coach Wooden back in the 1960s. And there's a lot of us in Connecticut, and I'm proud to represent the district where University of Connecticut is located, who are confident that we are actually going to see that milestone fall sometime during next year's basketball season. Because of the amazing talent that has been assembled at the University of Connecticut campus, but also the system that Coach Auriemma has put together over the last number of years. Again, I want to thank the other members who've gone through chapter and verse in terms of the incredible season which the UConn women accomplished. Again, it's a team that last year won the national title. There was tremendous pressure every single game to see whether or not their winning streak would actually come to an end. Every team that played them was as pumped up and psyched as any game on their schedule because they saw it as an opportunity to make history. And the pressure on the UConn Women Huskies was extraordinary. The national media focus as the program, again, advanced its amazing record from one game to another, again, was something that these young women had to demonstrate that they were capable of overcoming. And as the proponent said earlier, the thing that we are so proud about is that Coach Auriemma has maintained a program where academic excellence, the true ideal of student athletes, is something that has never been forgotten, and the graduation rate has been perfect since he has been there. It's, again, a great role model for not just young girls in the U.S., but also young boys in terms of really the goal of a student athlete path towards success in life. Mr. Speaker, last year when the UConn women won the national title, they had the exciting honor to go visit the White House for an event at the Rose Garden. President Obama, who was obviously, as we all know, a big basketball fan, welcomed them, and also as a father of 2 young girls to the White House, and spent a lot of time with them, getting a chance to become acquainted. And then actually challenged them to a game of horse in the outdoor basketball court which exists at the White House. Much to the astonishment of people in Connecticut and also to the women's basketball team, President Obama actually won the game of horse. And at a reception that we had a short time afterwards, the women were very upset with themselves, but also pointed out correctly that they were playing in high heels and dresses, while the president had flat shoes and certainly, I think, had some advantage in terms of that impromptu pickup game which took place last year. At the Christmas party this year, which I'm sure maybe you and others in the chamber had an opportunity to attend, I reminded the president that the women at UConn were still pretty upset about the fact that they lost that game of horse at the White House, and Mrs. Obama, who is ever gracious, leaned over and said, well, you know, we'll invite them back to come back and play again. And I told both the President and the First Lady, don't worry, the UConn women are coming back with an invitation or without, because they're going to win the national title in the 2010 season. So they have lived up to my prediction, which I was made at the Christmas gathering at the White House last year. In a short time, I'm sure there will be another Rose Garden celebration of their extraordinary success, and I would bet my house and car that they are this year going to win the game of horse, which they are spoiling for a rematch at the White House with the president. Again, it's something that the people of the state of Connecticut are so proud of. There was a huge celebration last Saturday in Hartford. There were over 25,000 people lining the streets of Hartford to cheer on this amazing group of young women and the amazing program which Coach Auriemma has guided. He will now be the U.S. national coach for the U.S. national team, women's team, and it will be the coach for the next U.S. Olympic team, which he certainly deserves, given the amazing record which, again, the prior speakers have described in chapter and verse. As again, Coach Lombardi once said, "Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence." This group of young women, I think, have shown that they have certainly achieved excellence, and they just about have shown perfection with what they have achieved this year. And I hope that this chamber will affirm that great accomplishment by unanimous support for this resolution. And I thank, again, the speaker and the proponent for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of this resolution, and I yield back.